Hey guys, welcome back to the G5 Family channel. Hope you're having a great day. And thanks for clicking into this video. I hope you find it helpful, informative, maybe even a little entertaining. So today's topic, as you saw in the title, is should I move to the Philippines to find my Filipina? Should I go to the Philippines to find my Filipina? Okay, so quick disclaimer. I am not so arrogant that I think that my way is the only way or the best way. Now, I do have a certain bias because my way worked out so spectacularly well. And I won't go into that. I created a video a few days ago about the way I met my Filipina and told that whole story. So, link in the description. All right. But in any case, Daniel reached out to me and he had a set of questions, and I wanted to address sort of his group of questions by focusing on that one question, okay? So, should I go to the Philippines to find my Filipina? Okay, so let me just paint a quick picture. So you book a flight, you book a hotel, a resort, whichever, whether it's flying into Manila or flying into Cebu. You know, there's 7,000 islands in the Philippines. So that's a lot of territory to cover if you're gonna come over here and look for your Filipina. So why not use technology, use online dating? Now, my friend Daniel said that he had had a couple of bad experiences, and I understand. By using online dating, you open up all of the Philippines, really all of the world. But if you're interested in a Filipina, you open up the Philippines to all of the ladies that have taken time to set up profiles. That being said, your prospects for finding the girl of your dreams is really much better. But let's go back to the scenario where you come over here to find a Filipina. So let's just play this out. So you land in the Philippines, you arrive at your hotel or your resort. You know, you're worn out, tired, so you've just jumped 13 hours, 14 hours ahead of normal time, so you're gonna have some jet lag. So at least the first 24 hours to get acclimated, get rested, and now, you know, whether you've planned in advance or now you're flying by the seat of your pants, you get up, you go and eat breakfast, and okay, what now? Well, what are your choices? You know, maybe you've got friends here in the Philippines. That's cool. Meet up with your friends. Maybe your friends know people that can introduce you to a girl or something like that. You know, that's entirely possible and could even be effective. You know, the other scenario is, you know, happenstance. You're at McDonald's getting something to eat and you see a pretty girl. Or you do like a lot of guys, you go to the bars and you see pretty girls at the bars. All of these are possible. But again, remember, there's 7,000 plus islands in the Philippines. You're limiting the number of interactions to a small scope, unless you come over here for a year and you travel to all of the different areas of the Philippines. So, you know, again, it's your plan, it's your way. The way I did it, I feel like is the best way, and that's going online, using online dating. I used a site called ChristianFilipina.com. The reason why I believe so much in the process of online dating is because not only do you alleviate the hope for a happenstance, meeting, you are actually in more control. And then the way I did it, and the way I suggest, you form relationships with a handful of girls, 3, 4, 5 girls. Over the course of 2 or 3 or 4 or 6 months, establish relationships, friendships, and yes, you can only take it so far online, but you can really get to know that person. Things will come out as you're, speaking and talking. Things will come out, details will come out about, who she is, her family, and things like that are not going to happen, at a bar. It's just not going to work out that way. So then After you have narrowed it down, in my case, I actually did narrow it down to one girl, and by the way, I married her, and we've been married for 10 years. But in any case, you narrow it down to 2 or 3 or whatever. You come over here, you spend some time with one, you spend some time with the other, and be honest with them. Don't play games. Just tell them, look, this is a very serious thing for me. I want to make sure that I feel good about moving forward. And that's another way to find out if she's really committed to you or not. And if she doesn't like that, then she may choose to move on. But you got to stand your ground on that. Again, by the time I came to the Philippines, I had narrowed it down to one lady, and I met her family. I spent 2 weeks here, with them, and it was one and done. So that's my advice. I've heard so many stories of guys going back home saying, well, I learned a little bit, but, basically being disappointed. I tell you what, I was not disappointed. When I came over, the only thing I was disappointed was that I had to go back home. I went home, I started filing papers, and I brought her to the U.S. So, but the worst case scenario, you come over here and the 1 or the 2 or the 3 girls, for whatever reason don't work out, and you go back home. But you're just improving the prospects by using technology to narrow it down. And then to answer the other question that he had about, do I need to go over there and find out? I would offer a couple of suggestions related to that. I had planned on from day one living here where my wife grew up, because we have kids and I want my kids to grow up with her family. But maybe that's not the case for you. I've got a good friend that's researching to come over as well, and he's got a very, very precisely mapped out plan for him and his family. He knows exactly where he wants to live. He knows exactly the type of housing he wants and everything. And it all makes sense because I know him that well. But if you don't know the Philippines, I came over here on a 3 to 5 year plan. I came over here, I'm not going to buy any properties, I'm not going to build any houses, I'm not going to set any, permanent roots until I know that I know. And I recommend that for you as well. So the girl will be totally willing to move to, if you want to stay in Manila or you want to stay in Cebu for the first months or years or whatever, and then decide, where in the Philippines you want to settle. She will be happy, most of the time, she will be happy to go wherever you go. So I can't say it enough. Everybody's situation is going to be different. All right, to summarize all of my ramblings, let me just say, I feel like rather than risking a waste of time and a waste of money, I would say online dating is the best way to go. Don't fly over here and think that you're just going to happen on the perfect girl. That's very unlikely. You narrow down your prospects, you come over here, you meet that specific lady or 2 or 3 ladies, and then you go home with a sense of accomplishment. When I left the Philippines after my initial visit here, I had a game plan. I knew that she was the one. I knew that this was the direction I was going, and I just locked into next steps. So again, that's how I did it. I'm not saying that's the right way or the wrong way. I'm just saying that's how I did it, and I found the best results possible. So with that and the barking dogs, I'm going to wrap this one up, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Hello? Out for your afternoon walk?